story of Abraham. Abraham has a child called Yishmael with Hagar, because Abraham was unable to have children with his wife Sarah. Sarah suggested, have a child with Hagar, and they give birth to a child called Yishmael. Then, miraculously, Abraham and Sarah are able to have a child, and they do have a child later called Isaac. Isaac and Ishmael are an interesting study, because they would both be progenitors of nations to come. Ishmael is the father and ancestor of the Arab and later Muslim world. Isaac, the ancestor and father and patriarch of the Jewish world. And the plot thickens, which we'll talk about in coming weeks, because Isaac would have two children, twins, Jacob and Esav, and Esav is the ancestor and father of Rome, of the Western Roman Christian world. So we're focusing on what is this week's chapter that talks about Isaac and Ishmael, but you see how the plot thickens, how it broadens. And when you can understand that they were in conflict, it can help us understand how their children and descendants that ultimately became nations of their own have conflicts, because they did begin with ideological, spiritual conflicts. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. This feud between Ishmael and Isaac, half brothers, both shared a father called Abraham, two different mothers. And you find that Sarah, the mother of Isaac, tells Abraham, Ishmael is a bad influence on Isaac, I want you to send them away. And he does. He doesn't want to, but he sends Ishmael and his mother Hagar away. God protects them, but they were sent away. What was the conflict there? And it doesn't really state it. It just says there was something going on. But when you look into the soul, the spiritual and mystical and esoteric teachings, you discover Abraham had done something revolutionary, pioneering. Abraham introduced the idea that life is not egocentric, but God-centric. In simple English, we're not here just to serve ourselves. We're here to serve others, to serve a higher cause, to experience a higher state of consciousness, and to connect to a higher reality. This was a pioneering and trailblazing approach to life, because it countered everything that was going on in his world. The pagan world focused far more on control and power, materialism, and success on that level. You can say it's not surprising, we still have that conflict, don't we? But Abraham did introduce the father of monotheism, the father of all nations, became the patriarch, became the prophet,